Hey, I am so excited to have my latest success story, Catrina Franklin, who recently took a Mindspark bootcamp course and has graciously offered her time to talk about her success with passing the exam and how Mindspark was here to help you. So, Catrina, I'm so excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, my first question for you is, where were you in your PMP exam prep journey before finding Mindspark as a service provider?
I would say about 2 years ago, I went through another PMP prep course and kind of geared away because it seemed very overwhelming, kind of the materials we were going through. So I just kind of put it to the back burner and tried to study on my own. And I actually, through one of my other organizations, heard from another student who took your class. And she said what a great experience she had, and then she did pass it. And so I asked her all the information. She gave me your name and an email address and asked me to reach out to you. And that's how I got to this point.
Oh, I'm so glad she did. And you took the course with me in October of 21 and passed it right before the holidays. So kudos to you. It was so exciting. I know we kept in touch. Was there anything that surprised you about my course that, was different from what you had taken before? Or anything that
I,
delighted you?
Well, I would say, you gave it to us and what, even though it was a more expedient type of boot camp, I think we did it over 2 weekends and but you gave it to us in bite-sized pieces. So you broke it down to make us understand kind of how everything flowed together, which I just never really had experience. It was just going from beginning to end, and that was it. But you really gave us kind of how to kind of piece everything together, even though it was a very fast course. So we were overwhelmed at first at how are we going to get through this book in 2 weekends, and we were able to do it. So that actually did surprise me.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. I know everyone gets really, with the study guide I use, everyone gets really intimidated, like, are we ever going to get through this? And you saw the progress that you made. So I'm glad to hear that as well. Well, big question for you. Would you recommend Mindspark training services to others, and why?
I would absolutely recommend Mindspark. I think because, as I mentioned, when we took the course, we really, you took the intimidation out of it, and you really were a great instructor in explaining things. You were very knowledgeable about the material. Um, when there were things that we were asked questions, and you were able to give us those answers. And even if there may have been some things that we may have asked that we didn't have the answer right then, you would take it back, bring it back, and we would know how to work through that. I would definitely recommend it because it's, in this case, it's like we were all like a little family. Um, and you made us feel really, really engaged. And also we had different experiences. So you really took those experiences as well and tried to apply it to what we were learning. So you really took out, I think, the pressure of taking the test. You made it fun, made us excited to come to class because even though it was a long day, you really put the excitement in there and really took the pressure off, and you encouraged us. You said you have to make some plans here. When are you going to take the test? Stick to it. And that helped push us, I think, to really do what we needed to do.
This is why I always love having these conversations, because it's really good feedback for me to make sure to just keep doing what I'm doing, and knowing that when I push you all, you don't hate me, you appreciate it. So, well,
No
that's
hate at all.
awesome, awesome. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up our conversation today?
Well, I just wanted to say when we first met and we had our initial conversation, I explained to you where I was in my journey, meaning that it was something that my employer had asked me to accomplish in order for me to move up in my career. I just with going through the first class, I really hit a mental block and really did not feel that I could accomplish that. And I was able to share that with you. And even though we're on a professional level here, you asked me what was really going on. And I appreciate that. It wasn't just coming in and said, just take my training course, and you really gave me the facts about it. You said that majority of your students pass, and so that it helped me as well. Um, but you really said, I really think that this is what you're needing, and I feel that I can do that for you. And so with that conversation, I knew that that was you were the right instructor, and this was the right class, and Mindspark was the best place for me to be.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much for sharing that. I kind of got goosebumps there. That just
Uh-huh.
really warms my heart to hear that. So I have to ask, so what did your boss say after you announced you passed the PMP exam?
So quick story, I actually left the employer.
Hey, it happens.
But I did get a new position, and they were very proud. They said, this is a very hard exam to pass, and they knew that I was a little bit more valuable now that I was able to do it. So she was very proud.
Oh, that's great. Well, congratulations on the new opportunity. I hope that doesn't stop other employers listening to this. That is just the nature of the business. But
Mhm.
you saw an opportunity where someone really valued what you bring to the table, and just the cherry on top was getting the PMP credential. So I'm so super proud of you, and that's great news one way or the other, because we're always interested in people's success and growth. So that's awesome. Well, Catrina, thank you so much for your time. I hope that we definitely get to talk some more, especially I think upcoming webinar I have coming up. So I think I saw your
Mhm.
name on the list. So,
Mhm.
so super excited. And
Mhm.
with that, thanks so much.